Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another weather forecast here by Agent's Weather Forecast, back with another morning update here. This is going to be another major update on the extremely strong severe weather and the major blizzard of Pearl. Again, we're going to have a ton to talk about. This is definitely going to be a longer video than usual. It's not going to be 10 or 8 minutes. It might be closer to 15 minutes, as I'm going to be going in details for two topics: severe weather, including multiple regions: the Ozarks, South Central, Ohio Valley, Midwest, Plains, Western Coast, and Northern Plains. So this can definitely be a big update. Again, I will be doing separate videos for severe weather and snow. I don't have a lot of time with the school from home, have tennis game, and then I have other stuff going on that if I do have time, it will be all the way in the evening. So it won't be like a 3 o'clock, as I had to do video conferences with my whole class and all of that. So that's not fun. But be sure to subscribe, guys, if you are new to the channel. Also, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family that you think are going to be in the way of the severe weather and heavy snow. Again, we have blizzard warnings and enhanced risk for severe weather. So these topics are definitely a big thing to talk about. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So first thing we're going to be looking at is the National Weather Service. Let's actually focus on the severe weather first. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect near the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Again, it actually is south of Tulsa, I believe so. So again, here's severe thunderstorm warning that, yeah, it is south of Tulsa and just east of Muskogee, I believe so. And then a big threat's also flash flooding. That's why we have flash flood watches all the way from the Evansville areas and Cincinnati, Ohio, all the way into Gainesville, Texas, Fort Worth, and Dallas. Again, so have actually a couple flash flood warnings in effect near the Joplin, Missouri area in southwestern Missouri, and also out there near southern Ohio to the border. That's where we do have Duncan, Lawton, Oklahoma, and then of course just south of Oklahoma City we have flooded warnings for Tulsa though, and also for areas near Paris, Oklahoma. And then again we also have these flash flood watches for northwestern Arkansas, for the Ohio Valley and Mississippi. For the Ohio River and Mississippi River. And then we're here to be focusing now on the winter storm Pearl. Here we have scattered areas with windstorm warnings starting from Marquette and Duluth, Minnesota and Michigan, to areas near Fargo, North Dakota, areas near Sioux Falls, Sioux City, areas near, again, northern Nebraska, far northwestern Arkansas, far northwestern Kansas, areas from the Utah, Colorado, and the Four Corners states. That's where we have those winter weather advisories. Now, as we get closer into the worst of the storm with the blizzard warnings, which have been here for extended 36 hours now, again, they are getting closer and closer, but we do have them out there for western Nebraska and western Colorado. Eastern Nebraska and western Nebraska and eastern Colorado. Sorry, guys, I actually messed it up. And then again, we do have that for Cheyenne, though. Chugwater, Torrington, Harrisburg, Scottsbluff, also including the Valentine area, Bill, Lance Lake, and Sydney. Those are all areas into the blizzard warning for Nebraska and Wyoming. Now for Colorado, we do have these areas into the northeastern part of the state. Again, the Metro Denver area is just outside of the blizzard warnings and the winter storm warnings again. So we are actually going to be seeing a good amount of snowfall, though, to come for Denver. Again, quite a makeup for the amount of snow that we saw last month, which was actually very little. If this thing actually updates, again, this updated quite a couple minutes ago here, but it's actually wasted. Like I said, Denver's just in the windstorm warnings. Colorado Springs outside of that, we do have Fort Collins, Georgetown, and then throughout the areas in the windstorm warnings, we do have Sterling, Fort Morgan, Greeley, Deer Trail, and out there near Castle Rock, which is just outside of a suburb of Denver. So that's basically what we're seeing right now. Let's actually take a look, see if we can actually look at the radar here really quickly. I actually want to take a look at the radar. Let's actually see if we can actually just go this way in the radar. I believe so. It will work. So we're going to be taking a quick look, see if we can actually find the region, though. So let's see. No, actually no region here. So let's actually now just take a quick look at here into Georgia, and then we'll be looking at the the radar because it has a southeastern radar here. So we're gonna be looking out here if it actually lets us look. There we go. Okay, there we go. It should be loading up now. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the radar. Actually see if this will work. So hold on. So here we got to work. So again, here we are now looking at the south central. Again, we do have very strong bands moving into the Louisiana area, moving towards Arkansas. We had some finishing bands a couple minutes ago. I believe they were a wall cloud system moving just through Dallas. And then we have this very strong severe weather band moving towards the Tulsa area where we do have, again, that's why we had those severe thunderstorm warnings. And then again, also seeing very heavy rain towards the Ohio Valley and into the Midwest. So we're actually taking a quick look at that later on in the next radar. But again, here is now the plains right here. This is where we possibly have the worst severe weather so far. We're going to be seeing extremely strong winds, hail, and also damaging tornadoes. Likely, again, very strong rain out there in the border of Nebraska and actually Iowa. That's where we have severe weather for Sioux City. Also very strong rain, really mostly rain, but we'll be seeing some severe weather also moving to the St. Louis area very soon again. Also those very strong bands moving towards the Joplin area. And then also possibly the worst severe weather right now is actually out here moving towards southern Indiana, actually much of southern Illinois as well, including Springfield, getting incredibly heavy rain out there in Springfield. Also seeing incredibly heavy rain towards Lexington and also Louisville, and very strong bands moving towards Evansville. That's what we're seeing right now. Now time to look at day one today. Again, we have it up to an enhanced risk. We actually have a lot more people that have been added out here, up to an additional 4 million people out here. Again, we have up to 28 million people now in the marginal risk. That's going to be here from San Antonio, Texas, all the way up to Columbus and Wisconsin Delta and even Muskegon. Again, we have Fort Worth, Memphis, Austin, Texas. We also do have the areas near Columbus. And now for the slight chance, we have 35 million people. Yesterday was actually 30 million. That's for Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Indianapolis, Milwaukee now is now been added. So it has moved a bit north, and also including Kansas City. And now for the enhanced risk, it's also getting very close to rounded up to 9 million people with Omaha, Nebraska, Louisville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, and Little Rock. So again, we have two areas out here into the Mississippi River and Ohio River right here. And then we have out there in the Midwest. The really dangerous thing about this is how close these borders of the risk are. For example, if you're in Memphis right here, you're not far at all from the enhanced risk, so you can be added there any second without you really knowing. You're expecting, oh, you're only in a level 1. How bad could it be? But again, you're miles away from a level 3, which is incredibly different from a marginal risk. So again, that's really the dangerous thing as well out there near Lexington. If you're right there, you're not that far at all from the risk from an enhanced risk as well. So it's a bit different right here. Again, for Iowa, that's a bit different. They're pretty far away, but again, right here is where we definitely have to watch out. It just updated right now. Again, you definitely have to watch out here right here. So you may be in a marginal, for example. You can be 10 miles away from the next 2 levels up, which is incredibly dangerous. So you're going to underestimate. And now we have another major update with a 10% chance for 6 million people, guys. That's incredible. You guys say, oh, it's only 10% chance. 1 in 10 chance of seeing a tornado. Guys, 10% chance for really tornado risk is actually closer to more than 50% chance, because again, tornadoes are very unlikely in systems like these, and having a 10% chance or higher is definitely saying there's a really good chance we're seeing that. If you're more than a 2% chance, really, you're definitely be seeing a very good chance for tornadoes. When we have that all the way from Milwaukee, Chicago with a 2% chance, and then a 5% chance. That's for 10 million people, including Indianapolis, St. Louis, Little Rock, Cedar Rapids, Davenport. And these are very big cities here. And now we have a 10% chance for 6 million people. Omaha, Nebraska, Louisville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, Evansville, guys. We have a 2% chance for 31 million people, which actually is a very high risk. I don't think I've seen a 2% chance be so widespread. And again, guys, that's a lot. Now we have the risk for winds also getting up to 30% chance. That's going to be for Omaha, Louisville, Des Moines, Little Rock, and Cedar Rapids. And the hail threats also quite high throughout the Midwest for Omaha, Lincoln, Des Moines, St. Joseph, and Council Bluffs. Now time to look at the radar here. Again, the next couple hours, we're going to start seeing this really heavy snow now out here into the western, into the Rockies, and getting towards the plains again. We get these blizzard conditions for Cheyenne, out there near Denver, of course. Also getting towards Sterling. We're going to convert from rain to snow very soon again. Look at the amount of rain. This is definitely a major severe weather system that's going to be covering 1,000 miles. Without a doubt. And then as we get closer to tomorrow, this is just not going to get any better. The snow's going to get a lot worse for Valentine. Out there near Sioux Falls, out there in North Platte. We're going to be seeing the worst amount of snowfall towards actually right in downtown Denver. I would not doubt. I think there's a very good possibility we can actually see Denver move towards a blizzard warning later tonight. I'm not saying it will happen. There's a very good chance. And then again, I've seen that snow continuing into southern Wyoming. Again, seeing incredibly heavy snow now turning into more of an ice threat from Minneapolis and Rochester. Next 4 to 8 hours, again, this rain is going to start to calm down. It won't be severe weather tomorrow. It's actually going to be more of a really heavy rain and flooding, and that's going to be out there for the Ohio Valley, Northeast, New England area, and actually seeing a snow threat now coming towards Davenport, Rochester, Milwaukee, and Madison, Wisconsin have now been added. Now the snow chances, they are actually supposed to be avoided yesterday, so we can see up to a slight chance to seeing snow, which is actually what we usually see for southern states. That's usually the type of weather pattern we see there, but not necessarily out there in the Northeast or Midwest. Usually you just see some snow, but crazy how this weather, it's kind of converting to spring, as it is the first day of spring now, guys. Hope you all know that. It's not the 21st this year like it usually is, but again, usually it's very rare to have incredibly severe weather before snow in the Midwest. Again, it's not like a 1 in 100% chance of happening, but still not super really likely. You don't really see that much. But again, right now, or for the next 6 hours, we will start seeing that snow really starting to develop in Colorado and the Four Corner states. And the next 12 hours, this is when it starts to ramp up. Again, this is really going to be around 10 o'clock or getting very close to 11 o'clock Central Time. Incredibly heavy snow for Valentine out there near Denver, Sterling, Cheyenne, all the way up near Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Again, seeing that very strong severe weather. And the next 24 hours, again, possibly affecting areas near north central Iowa, and even southern Wisconsin can be added there. Now, time to actually look at the NAM 3KM model here. Again, we're going to be looking at the severe weather threat. Again, look at the next 2 hours. Look at these incredibly strong bands. This is something we see like in May or June, but we're going to be seeing really big chances for tornadoes coming towards southern Illinois. Very strong bands moving north that were affecting Jefferson City earlier, in another area for Nebraska and for the border of South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. In the next 12 hours here, we're going to start to see this, again, severe weather start to die down. As you can tell, it's going to start dying down. But before it dies down, the next 6 hours, this one's going to start ramping up through Wisconsin. Very strong bands for north central Iowa. Very strong bands moving towards Springfield, Aurora, Cincinnati, and Evansville. But look at this. Complete whiteout conditions out here for Denver. Look at it. It's so heavy. We're getting into the pink colors. That is whiteout conditions. I mean whiteout conditions. Very heavy snow for Valentine's now. Moving towards the Harrisburg areas. And then the next 12 hours is when it really completely different now. You see incredibly heavy rain, flooding rain for Green Bay, flooding rain for Detroit, Cleveland, just incredibly heavy rain. And we have another severe weather risk moving towards Iowa now. That's going to be a threat coming towards Des Moines. Very heavy rain, very heavy snow threat again. Nebraska, still seeing that snow out there into Colorado. It's going to be really just staying there for quite a long time. This snow just kind of separates within the next 20 hours here, and that's going to bring some snow for Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, and that's when it scoops stuff to affect Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison, Wisconsin. That's really it. Now, time to look at the snowfall totals here. Again, they've actually gotten quite high at this point. We're going to be seeing up to a foot of snowfall now for the Rockies out here in Colorado. Again, we're going to be seeing Mostly up to close to a foot for Denver. Actually, looking like we can be seeing up to 2 feet south of Denver. We had those blizzard warnings, and out here in the western Colorado, up to 36 plus inches of snowfall, which is crazy how it's actually mostly over for western Colorado. But wow, we're just getting a ton of snow. We could be seeing 1 to 2 inches for northern Michigan. Could be seeing 3 to 5 inches for southwestern Minnesota. Could be seeing up to 4 inches for Sioux Falls, 3 inches for Sioux City, and the scattered areas in western Nebraska. Up to 7 to 12 inches of snowfall, which is a lot to deal with. Now, time to look at the amount of snowfall here for the European model, and then this will wrap up the video. Again, look at this, the snowfall totals, guys. This is quite crazy. You have to get a foot of snowfall for Denver, getting a really minimum of 9 inches of snowfall up to come. So 3 to 6 inches for Nebraska, especially the north central part of the state. 3 to 5 inches for Sioux City and Sioux Falls. Also can be seen still up to 1.5 feet throughout southwestern Colorado. I hope you got into the video, and bye, guys.